we bring back in, hopefully we bring back in, I hope he can hear me, incoming White House Deputy Chief of Policy, Stephen Miller, is with us. Stephen, how are you?
I am good, Sean, my old friend. After 9 years, we are here on the heels of a landslide like the world has never seen before, prepared under President Trump's leadership to implement historical, transformative, long-awaited change to make this government accountable to the people of this country once again. It will be, as Donald Trump said, a new golden age for America.
Yes. I want to go through how dramatic this is going to be, because what I hear the president is proposing, and look at Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, and they're setting up this new department, and they're going to get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse, and they're going to they pledge to cut by July 4th, 2026, $2 trillion in federal spending. That is a monumental task. And there are ways to do it. I think one way to do it would be to increase revenues. That would be through energy dominance. That's a separate topic. But this is transformative, what the president's talking about. For the first time, we've heard conservatives for years talk about limited government, cutting waste, fraud, and abuse. And now somebody, for the first time in my adult life, if you will, to catch a phrase, I'm believing it's going to happen. How real is that they're going to cut to that extent?
Well, the president has put together the dream team, and you just mentioned two members of the dream team. So you have the Department of Government Efficiency that from the outside is going to direct and organize this extraordinary effort to remove all of the waste and the corruption from the federal government. So they will do that in concert and in league with the White House, President Trump, the Office of Management and Budget. Here's the shocking truth, Sean. The departments do not have any clue where the dollars are going. How many audits has the Pentagon failed? Who has any idea how much waste and abuse there is in the trillions of dollars spent by this federal government? Who has any idea how many hundreds of billions of dollars every year are stolen from taxpayers by fraud rings, scammers, foreign operatives? This government is not watching how your dollars are being spent. And President Trump has commissioned Elon and Vivek and many others across the government to get to the bottom of this. So the money that you earn as an American citizen will be jealously treasured and guarded and not wasted any longer. And we are going to go into these agencies and find everybody who is not performing on behalf of the American public. And we're going to say, if you're not providing that service, if you're not serving the public, then you can go.
The border has been a big issue. How quickly, in your estimation, can that border get secure, number one? And we have known terrorists in the country. We have people that have murdered Americans. We have the Laken Riley trial going on right now. Dozens of dead Americans murdered by Harris Biden, unvetted illegals. We have dozens of Americans raped, hundreds and hundreds victims of violent crime. We have gang members. We have cartel members in this country. How quickly do we secure the border? How quickly do we deport those that are criminal aliens in the country?
It's going to be at light speed, Sean. The moment that President Trump puts his hand on that Bible and takes the oath of office, as he has said, the occupation ends, Liberation Day begins. He will immediately sign executive orders, sealing the border shut, beginning the largest deportation operation in American history, finding the criminal gangs, rapists, drug dealers, and monsters that have murdered our citizens and sending them home. No one will be allowed to enter the country illegally, and ICE will be empowered in partnership with FBI, DEA, ATF, the National Guard to fully seal and secure the border with CBP and to find and identify the criminal threats that are inside this country and send them back home. We saw that heartbreaking testimony, Sean. Laken Riley, that precious, beautiful young woman, fought for her life against an illegal alien imported by Biden-Harris for 18 harrowing minutes. She fought for her life. And we are going to honor that extraordinary woman. And we're going to honor every victim who has suffered. Under President Trump's leadership, we're going to honor that suffering by unleashing a righteous wave of justice and sending these criminal migrants back home.
How do we ensure that the weaponization of the Department of Justice never happens in this country again? And that means it shouldn't happen to Republicans, it shouldn't happen to Democrats. How do we get rid of political operatives that have deviated from their original mission that are inside important groups like the FBI or our intelligence community? How do we find those actors that are loyal to Clapper and Brennan and Comey, the deep state operatives, as we call them?
Well, dismantling the deep state and restoring democracy is going to be another urgent day one mission. Look, the Department of Justice and the intelligence community has undermined and sabotaged our democracy. They've tried to stop Donald Trump through third state despotic means. President Trump winning this election has also won a mandate to fundamentally reform the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the entire intelligence community. Tulsi Gabbard, at the Director of National Intelligence, will lead the effort to find those bad actors and to ensure that the intelligence collection process across all 18 intelligence agencies is done only to protect Americans, not to persecute them. At the same time, Matt Gaetz at the Department of Justice will reform DOJ to turn it again into the world's premier crime-fighting organization, not an arm of the Democrat Party. And we will find an FBI director who is going to likewise lead an effort to get the FBI back to basics, find criminals, find cartels, find gangs, find terrorists, and put them in jail or send them home. But do not use the awesome powers of the FBI to try to rig our democracy, as has happened in recent years. This is why President Trump is indeed the greatest champion of democracy in modern American history, because he weathered the attacks, he withstood the assaults, and now he stands here on the verge of taking the oath of office, prepared to make these agencies, make these departments once more answerable and loyal to the citizens of this country and to no other interest but them.
If there are some cabinet appointments that become troublesome, will the president use the recess appointment process?
Yes. The president has won a mandate, and he will use all lawful constitutional means to fulfill that mandate on behalf of the people who voted for him in record numbers.
All right. Stephen Miller, are you getting a new office this time? Just checking.
It should be a nice office, Sean, but that's not what I'm focused on. We just want to get the job done.
No, get a bigger one this time. That's my humble advice. If you're there, it's your second term.
I'll ask the president.
All right, I'll ask on your behalf. See what he said. All right, thank you, Stephen. All right, coming up, Dan.